Hey everybody, this is East Coast Weather Association meteorologist Mike Griffith, also for Carolina Weather Pro and for Mid-Atlantic Weather. We're actually encompassing all three of these pages right now into East Coast Weather Association. Actually, you're going to find me posting on all three of those pages right now, Mid-Atlantic Weather on Facebook, and also Carolina Weather Pro on Facebook, and also East Coast Weather Association. I do have some colleague forecasters that I work with. One is up there in Southeast Virginia in Hampton Roads. Some of you might know him. And also, I have another one down here in North Carolina with me. But I could be on my way to Columbia, South Carolina pretty soon. I will be traveling down there tomorrow, and I will have some more details on that probably later this week. And I'll let you know what's going on with that. But of course, I'm still going to be covering the Carolinas because, again, I am Carolina Weather Pro. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the infrared satellite across the country right here. As you guessed, this is Harvey right here. Catastrophic situation in Houston. Water rescues underway. They've been underway. It's now August 30th, 2017. It is Wednesday. And lots of convection here and heavy rainfall along the Texas and Louisiana border. As the remnants of Harvey right here, you can see some of the lower clouds on satellite right here over the Gulf. This little spin is actually Tropical Storm Harvey, and it's a very minimal tropical storm, but it's going to have enough of an effect to actually strengthen and move up into Louisiana, and it's forecast to actually move up over Tennessee River Valley and eventually into the Mid-Atlantic and maybe even to western North Carolina and South Carolina and the upstate and the mountains of North Carolina as lots of rain is forecasted to fall this weekend. You can kind of see a little bit of a front right now starting to form along this edge of Harvey. So it will likely make a transition into an extratropical system as it moves up into the Tennessee area later this week and into the weekend. Looking like the moisture is just training into New Orleans from this system, so they could be getting some heavier rain on today and also Thursday. Now, look at that potential tropical cyclone 10. This is it right here over the Atlantic. It is moving away. It's gone. It's no longer even a story. It's going to continue to track off into the Atlantic and not cause any issues really at all here for Southeast Virginia or for Eastern North Carolina. And it's just going to continue to make its way off into the Atlantic and really not have that big of a deal. But with that said, let's take a look at some of the precipitation here over the course of the next maybe through the weekend or so, through September 3rd. We're looking at the GFS model right here, and we're looking at some heavier rains across the eastern part of the United States. This, of course, is total through Sunday from now, which is Wednesday, early Wednesday through Sunday. Looking like we're going to have a lot of rain to deal with across Alabama, especially Arkansas, the Louisiana area, even New Orleans in on this, Florida Panhandle, the whole state of Florida. They just can't catch a break from the rain down there in Florida. It has just been so consistent. Looking at more rain across Columbia and Charleston, including the upstate of South Carolina, Greenville, also Charlotte and Raleigh, and also Greensboro in on this. The I-85 corridor all the way into Atlanta. Looking like a lot of rain, especially coming into this weekend. And so it's good for some people here because there's been a little bit of a drought, but it's going to be a washout for the weekend. Let's take a look at the overall temperature trends here for the East Coast. Now we can see this graphic here of the temperature trends over the next 2 weeks. Looks like fall is moving in here to the eastern part of the United States up to 80% below normal temperatures by 5 degrees Fahrenheit or greater as we go into the next 2 weeks or so into early September. So looking chilly here across much of the eastern United States, which is not a surprise because I'm thinking that it's going to have a segue into this winter. Keep in mind that the pattern could change. We could flip back to warm here in the east, which is a ridge, but it will come back to the trough, which is I think it's going to be back in time for winter and for late fall. So it's going to be stormy, cooler than usual. Fall leaves are going to start changing a little bit earlier this year. And It's just going to be really comfortable and blue skies and a lot of chilly, windy conditions here over the next 2 weeks for the eastern United States. So we're looking at a welcome pattern change from a very hot middle of July, although August wasn't too bad. But looking at September here, especially the first 2 weeks of September, it's looking like it's going to be chilly here in the eastern part of the United States. You're going to have to bundle up your kids at the bus stop in the morning as they go to school because it's going to be a little chilly out there. You might want to kind of throw a little sweatshirt on or hoodie or something like that over yourself as well, just to keep everybody from a little bit of early morning chill, which is going to be the thing here across the eastern United States. And it's going to be great because your air conditioning bills were not going to be as high here, especially from Ohio down into Tennessee and also Missouri. But even from the Carolinas all the way up into Pennsylvania, Virginia, looking like it's going to be very fall-like over the next 2 weeks. As we predicted here, we were saying that the long-range computer models are saying shots of cold air across the eastern United States with a bunch of fronts moving down in from Canada. And it's looking like that's going to be the case. So enjoy the cold weather. It's coming. It's just going to be a little bit below normal here to the beginning of September. It's going to be felt all the way down into Atlanta, but it's going to be more pronounced in Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, especially D.C. So that's what I have for you right now. Remember that Mid-Atlantic Weather, Carolina Weather Pro, and East Coast Weather Association are all coming together right now to bring you the best and the latest in the forecasting here in the eastern United States. I am meteorologist Mike Griffith for all three of those pages. Everybody have a great day. Make sure you share this video if you liked it.